Ms. Faith Victor Onyekwere is a social entrepreneur and development professional with 5 years of experience in non-profit management, HR, business growth, and community development. She holds a BSc in banking and finance with Evangel University, Ebonyi State, a diploma in internet banking with Scholars International Institute of Technology, and a diploma in HR management from the International Business School, Germany. Faith is the executive director of Key Edge Resource Consult, focusing on enhancing individual and organizational productivity. Key Edge has peculiar skills providing expert services on business matters where they help clients increase their workforce performance and help to enable clients achieve superior and high trafficking profiting outcome. She's also the COO of Century Map, an active diplomat at the Model ECOWAS and Model African Union, and an alumni of Lagos Business School. She is the convener for the Entrepreneurs Dinner Africa and a project coordinator as she sees to the coordination, implementation, and monitoring and evaluation of every project. Ladies, let's welcome Faith Victor Onyekwere.
Thank you very much for welcoming me like that. I'm feeling myself small. One thing with that bio is that it makes me nervous. So when you finish listening to it, you'll be like, who is this person? And then, say waiting as the talk makes sense. Alright, so I'm going to be very natural with you all. This lady here gave me cough just by sitting close to her, so please pardon my voice. Right, so thank you, Grace, for putting this up. Like, it's so beautiful coming to NSK. While I was coming, I was like, I've not been here before, so you guys are going to treat me well. Thank you for being intentional about your vision. Please put your hands together for her. It's not an easy feat. It is not an easy feat. I know what I am saying. I've not finished resting. Please, it's okay, thank you. I had my event last week, Saturday, and she was just up and about. When she told me she was going to put this up, I was like, oh, yeah, because she was very supportive with my project, you know. So, quickly, I know I've slide. So, they are bringing that one, I don't have slide. But I want to talk about what they've asked me to talk about. And so basically, what I'm going to be sharing here is for people in the marketplace. Marketplace as per business, career, whatever you're doing. You don't want to just be that. We have been saying a lot of praise the Lord, hallelujah, amen. So I believe we are Christians here. So you don't want to be that Christian that is a tongue-talking Christian only. You do not want to be that Christian that is a prayer warrior kind of Christian only that calls for manna from heaven. You don't want to just be that Christian, right? And so you want to dominate the marketplace. I'm a fan of dominating the marketplace. So this is it. When I say dominate the marketplace, it means other people might be doing whatever you're doing, but when you come, there's just this light that you have that shines brighter amongst whatever everybody is doing, and so you stand out. So that is my own concept of doing business. If I am going to do business, if I'm going to, function in an industry, if I'm going to, be visible in a sector, you guys know me. Like, there's no two ways about it. You need to know me. Why would I begin a business and you don't know me? And so you see, I have a problem with people that are into business and they are shy of social media, they are skeptical about showing themselves. No matter how good you are, if people don't see you, they do not know you're good. So you need to put yourself out there. So before I even start with whatever I'm going to be saying now, reset your mindset. If you're shy about coming out, if you're shy about, putting yourself out there, have a rethink. Put goals, set goals on how, you can. I was never a social media fan. I don't know how to engage all the social media paparazzi, but I had to learn. If I had to dominate my marketplace, I just have to welcome social media. I just have to be in the face of people. You can never overdo it. So if you want to dominate the marketplace, if you want to, you want to put yourself out there, keep coming out. You can never overdo it. Just understand that you can never overdo it. And so when we are talking about discipline in the marketplace, when you're talking about owning a niche, you're talking about coming out in the marketplace, it's simply doing what you know how to do best, right? It's simply, doing what you know how to do best. There's no two ways about it. So, how good are you in what you do? How good are you? The John the Baptist, John the Baptist prepares the way for who? Jesus. Our Lord Jesus. So the John the Baptist before me, she said, you need to skill up. So skilling up is what? Being the best at what you do. Having a difference point. Having an edge that gives you what? Leverage. Having an edge that gives you what? Edge. Don't mention. Alright. So, quickly. If you want to dominate the marketplace, so this is I'm going to use, since I've already started talking about John the Baptist, I will use John the Baptist as my reference point in the Bible. I most of the times I love to teach with these characters, so that we see that business is not difficult, and standing out in business is not difficult, because there are people that have done it in the scriptures and they are known. That's why we're talking about them. So you need to also know these things. What is that one function you know about John the Baptist? What does he do? John the Baptist. He does social media. He does what? Baptism. So he baptizes people. That is his what? Work is his role, is his business. John the Baptist is a baptizer of men and brethren. Now you see that John the Baptist was so good in baptizing people that he earned the name. So John the Baptist, his surname is not Baptist. Is his surname Baptist? What is his surname? Zachariah. So he's supposed to be answering John Zachariah. Now my name is Victor Onyekwe. Some people like to call me Key Edge. Some people like to call me Desire of Nations, right? Because that is the name I bear. Now, John the Baptist answers John the Baptist. He does not answer John Zachariah. So this is it. He was disciplined enough to keep doing what he's doing. You were talking about discipline in the marketplace. You're basically talking about consistency. Consistency, it's not in the frequency. What is happening here now? Why is this thing rhyming up and down? Consistency is not in the frequency. It is not in the number of how many. If I'm talking, consistency is not in the number of times you're showing up. It is in the discipline to show up. It is not in the number of times you're doing the business. It's not in the number of times you're working under the sun, trying to get this product or that product. It is the having the courage to show up. That is what consistency is. And so, I had to do what they call it now. Sorry, what's that thing that if you want to explain something, you now use one word, break the word into abbreviation, my sister. Thank you. Clap for yourself. So I had to do an abbreviation with the word discipline. And I'm going to be explaining these things. So this is actually what we need as people doing business. People that want to take over the marketplace for God and, make a name, be successful. A lot of persons are okay with being where they are. I've met a couple of people that don't want to be successful. They just want to live a regular life. I don't know how that feels, but I get sick. When it seems as though my life is going the regular way, I wake up, go to the office, I come back, I eat, I sleep, I get sick. You're not supposed to be a normal person, especially you being a Christian, in the marketplace, and you want to come and be normal. How? You're not supposed to live a normal kind of life. You're supposed to do the unusual things, the extraordinary things. These are things that would give you an edge, right? And those extraordinary things are not so extraordinary like that, but it's extraordinary because there is something attached to it, and that is the end goal. Backstory. 2019, I was done with school. A lot of persons know this story because it's not a story that is caged. It's everywhere, even on my social media. I've talked about it a couple of times. I was done with school 2019. I was one of those people that struggled to go to school. It was so bad. I went to private university, school fees, too much, but I struggled through my stay in university. Coming out, I just knew that I can't go back home to be with my family. I couldn't, I was not in that mental state to see myself go back home. To do what? To eat food. Knowing where I'm coming from, I just wanted to make a change. And so there are a lot of persons here that you want to make a change. You do not want to be that regular person. You want your name to be synonymous to impact, to success. And it's discipline, it's consistency, it is being brave. These are words that we just use regularly, but it's not in the talking of it, it's in the doing of it. I usually tell people that you do not know until you do. You claim you know a thing, you don't know it until you take action, until you pass through that process of doing, actually doing it. And that's when you're going to know if you really know this thing or not. And I was done with school, came down straight with my luggage. Since I was done with school, I've never taken my things home. Never. It has always been in everything. And there was no place to stay. I had to squat with my kids, my younger sister, because they like me and they call her kid sister. So my younger sister, I had to squat with her, and I'm looking for a job. It was too bad. I looked for a job, the only time I've ever looked for a job. 2 weeks, I didn't see. I told her that if I did not see job tomorrow, if I go out, I will do car wash. Any car wash I see, I'll just go and say I want to start washing cars. At least nothing is wrong with my hands. She was like, no, you cannot do that. She made few calls and I got a job. A marketing role. That was how my journey to business, consulting, marketing, sales began. Blah, 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 blah. I don't want to bore you with all the gist. But the thing is that in 3 to 4 years of discipline, in 3 to 4 years of consistency, I've been able to build an international brand. I've been able to build an international brand, and not just that. If you come to the city where I stay and mention my name, out of 10, at least 5 or 6 will know me. It's a very big city. I was not there all my life. I just came in how many years ago. And I feel like that's one of the reasons I was giving this topic. Because it is not theory. Evidence they can find out. If they show, if they play, if they show. I like you. I like you. Alright, so I'm very dramatic. And so these are business secrets for the marketplace. Discipline, discipline for the marketplace. So I have this whole abbreviation thing that I did. So number one is direction. The D stands for direction. So you might want to write that down. Now, you need to have a direction. It's good that your business is not working now and you want to take a pause and do some other thing. But in that doing some other thing, you might forget yourself. So you need to have direction, and that is where vision comes in. I'm glad that Crystal here has spoken about vision, purpose. You need to have direction because the noise in this world is too much. You can easily get distracted if you are not directed. You can easily get distracted if you are not what?
Directed. Word. Preach, mama. Right, mama.
And so, let's bring it home. I want to make an illustration. Who am I going to call now? Hello, please, sister. Can you come forward? Run up. Thank you. Drop your phone before I will buy you one. This is very heavy. It's not heavy. Powerful one. Come to the middle. Thank you. So, this is a bottle of water, right? Throw it and catch it. Continue. It's your work from now. Don't throw it too much. You know, say before you go the jump, catch up. It's just small, like that. Yes. Now you see, her direction is towards catching this bottle of water that she's throwing up, right? Okay. Can you do the both of them? Be throwing. Let me be throwing this one. Let me be catching it. You cannot do it. I don't understand. I cannot hear you. You say?
I can't do it at the same time.
Why can't you do it at the same time? One will suffer for it. Do you all agree?
Yes.
So thank you very much. Thank you. That is what we do. That is exactly what we do with our lives, with our business, and our career. So you keep trying, you keep doing one thing, and you get bored. You feel like your hand on the pain you, and so you want to bring up something else. You discover that both of them will become what? A flap. Nothing you walk. And then at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? It's my village. It's not village people, anything. It's you. So that is direction. What direction is going to do for you? Focus on your focus. Please.
Yes, ma'am.
Focus on your focus. Place your focus on something and be on it. Stay on it. The next thing I'm going to say is being intentional. You see, John the Baptist, he was a powerful prophet, and he would have said, since he's powerful, he can also be, what's the other? He's a prophet. What prophets prophesies, right? So John the Baptist would have just organized a crusade. Don't you think so? I can see your vision. I can see you. There is a rubber band that you use to tie your hair. He would have just been prophesying that you do crusade, flood everywhere. But he was on something. What was he on? Baptizing people. So be on something. Be intentional with it. Do it in such a way. Do it in such a way that when they are looking for anybody that will do that one thing, it is you that they are going to go. And that's what the I stands for. Intentionality. This journey, the journey of purpose, the journey of success, influence, is a journey of intentionality. Everything I do, say I come on Soka now, I'm in this event, helping, being facilitating a session here, it's intentional for me. It's intentional. If I leave here, like before I leave here now, I've already started getting some contact. And before I leave here now, actually, I have like 10 to 15 contacts. And those people will see my WhatsApp status. They will see my trainings. They will see what I do. Maybe 2 or 5 of them will now say, I want to buy this your course. It is intentional. You do not know. It's okay. Now you are here now. You have not made any contact. You are just here looking at me. You're not writing anything. You're just nodding your head. Go now to go out of your head. You're not even connected with people. So we are saying that you never can tell somebody sitting by your side, the president or the president's wife. Me, I'm already going to the realm. Hallelujah, somebody. Amen. Speak in tongues if you can. Yes. So it is intentional. You need to be intentional. Being intentional is very difficult. It's very difficult too. Why? What do I mean? A lot of us now, we are attending the Ideal Conference. So because I see this woman here, anytime I want to say Ideal Conference, what comes to head is the Ideal Woman Conference. Alright, so you came to learn, but you do not have goals, you don't have things you want to learn, you don't have things you want to achieve by coming to this place. Now, sitting down, listening to me, you're not intentional. Let me paraphrase. Any meeting you are attending, whether it's church service, my pastor will make me to understand that. Even if it's a prayer meeting I'm going for, what was I even thinking there when I used to go for meetings without having a purpose or goals why I'm attending those meetings? Because you finish, it seems like powerful session, very beautiful event, but nothing come out. Nothing come out because at the end of the day, okay, now what did you get out of it? The event was powerful. That was what you got. And so, for me, when I'm in meetings like this, I don't necessarily write what the facilitator is saying. I write what I am going to do as a result of what the facilitator is saying. I write my action points. I write things I'm going to do. Like she was talking about the breast. Sorry, the what? The order. That's it. I said, okay. Which of the things am I going to press? How am I going to press them for this thing to be coming out? For the milk to be flowing. You know, I was already cracking my head and I was typing, putting something that I'm going to do with what I do. Already I just launched my membership on an app called Paranify. So I want to move my social media followers to Paranify, where they get to see my content and everything and pay 1,500 every month. All my powerful sessions. Like now, I asked that I'm being recorded. So some of these things I've seen, my media team will now join the nuggets together. I'll now put in that Paranify, my account in Paranify. People will pay 1,500 naira every month to see my content and learn and take action. So they become my community. I'm not just building something on social media that you wake up one day and Uncle Mark decides to mark you off. You know, I'm being intentional so that 5 years from now, you'll ask me, what do you have? I'll go to my Verify app and then I'll show several things I have done, trainings, things that are there, and you begin to wonder, when did this lady start? It's intentionality. So what intentionality means is that you think ahead of what you need to come into, not what you need to become, or what you need to come into, and then you start taking steps towards it. For instance, let me share this testimony. Let me just share it. Okay, so I did my event on Saturday. I mentioned the entrepreneurs that it was powerful, it was beautiful. Keep getting powerful testimonies. But while I was sitting there, you don't know what Grace is passing through sitting here now. This meeting is going on very well. It is a lot. was sitting there and I was asking myself, so what is my gain? People finish doing events. It was a paid event. I don't know if this one was paid. Mine was paid 10,000 naira for your life money. Too much, like you. So I was there, but it was not as if I made money. So I was sitting down, calculating what is going to be, waiting. I don't get now. People are clapping. Powerful session was going on. I was meditating in my head, and God now said to me, "You have done well, my dear servant. I'm gonna surprise you." One of my speakers went up stage. After, I don't even know what he wanted to do. He has finished his session, but he just went up stage and started appreciating my works, my effort, and everything. Meanwhile, during my session, there was an exercise I did. I told everybody to stand up, to look through their life. It's one of my I almost always do that. Yeah. And while I was doing that meditation session, I said some things because I was clear about them. And because my steps were so intentional that I knew that I am going to get to this point sooner or later. And so I was saying those things. I was saying those things and I was done. When he came up, he said, "The entrepreneurs in Africa." I had delegates. I had people come in from Cameroon. I had people that were streaming in Ghana, and all of that. And so he said he was going to pay for my hall, Marriott Hotel Hall in Ghana, for next year edition. He was going to pay for my trip to Ghana. And that was not just it. He said I was going to go to Ghana twice. The first is for research, because while I was teaching, I was also talking about how you need to research, do things. He said I was going to go for research first, go come back 2 nights, take care of it. Then I'll not go again for the main event. I was dumbfounded. But so this is the spirit. This is the spirit. What you appreciate. This our host is actually and no, this is not the testimony. The testimony is that by the time I do Ghana edition, and then come back to Nigeria,
your prices will increase. Your prices will increase.
Do you understand? If I'm charging 100K, I'll start charging like 1 million. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you get? Now, it did not just happen. This is the gist. This thing that happened, I didn't know how it was going to happen. I didn't know it was going to be this early, this close, but I wrote it down 4 years ago. You don't understand? I sat down 4 years ago, thought about my 4 years goals, my 4 years achievement, and I wrote them down. I wrote that in 2025, I'm going to be having my events in different countries. How was it going to happen? I didn't know. But this is what I'm talking about, intentionality. So these are things, not what you want to become. I say, what you do want to come into. So you need to be very intentional about it. As I round up, you need to be clear. It's very clear with John the Baptist that he is a baptizer. That is what he does. He baptizes what? People. And so once you enter into the city and you are looking for John the Baptist, they just point at his compound. That is his house. That is where he stays. Information. You need to have a lot of information about what you do. It's very funny how people are into business and they do not even have an idea of how the business is supposed to run. They are just doing it their own way. So you are into business, you want to dominate the market, You need to know what the international standards are. So you apply, even though you are in Nigeria, if you are in, what's that interior village now? I know it's any interior village in your mind. Even if you are there, you want to operate with global principles. You want to operate with international standards. These are the things that brings you out. It's not because there's never been any event like your event before, but it's how intentional you are with what you're putting out, intentional you are with your delivery, with your service, with your product. How does it turn out in the eyes of people? So you need to be very clear. You need to have this information, the right information. Information is not free now, do you know?
Yes, ma'am.
Information is not free, so if you have to pay for it, pay for it. What are we doing here? We are bringing ourselves in the East down. When you go to the West, you go out, get exposed. Exposure is not, it doesn't come on a free cost. It's paid for, you pay for exposure. Pay to learn, pay to get information. No, I don't know if this was a paid meeting, but you have paid something, your time, your resource, your transportation that you used to come here. Some people are sitting in their houses, and that is why you're going to make a fool of yourself if you don't live here with action plans, if you don't live here with things that you're going to do in the next 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 1 month, that will give you this result, and then you come back to this grace and say, out of your event, I was able to get this, and I took action and I got this result. People do not appreciate, people do not applaud hard work. They applaud results. True work is not a theory. You need to have results, and that's why this prayer I always pray. Father, let the evidence show.
Give me evidence.
Give me evidence. Give me substance, proof. Let it show. If it does not show, his name will not be glorified.
Yes,
do you understand? You cannot be, the work of God is not hidden, it's showing. So your work is not supposed to be hiding. It is not supposed to hide you. It's supposed to make you stand out. How will it make you stand out? When you don't have information. Once you see a fee attached to any information product now, you say, wait till I go even tell you for there.
I don't know.
I don't know. Remember, if you know and you don't do, you do not know.
Actually.
As I move on, there's a way this our host is just looking at me. You need to have information. You need to project yourself. You need to project yourself radically. One of my mentors, he calls it shameless marketing. You need to market yourself, put yourself out in usual ways, not ways that will not glorify God. Because remember, everything you do comes back to Him. So you need to project yourself. You need to come out to people. Have you had this encounter in school when you were much younger? A teacher asks a question, you know the answer, but you are scared to raise up your hand, and somebody answers the question, and it can't pain you for your chest because the person didn't really get that. But your teacher says what? Put your hands together for. Why? Because you took the bold step to ask the question. So I want you to understand that John the Baptist, he takes steps every day. Do you know that the Bible not say, but I'm just imagining that this guy, if he go river, day, one full day, nobody come do baptize, nobody won't baptize. Waiting and they baptize for. You could go out, no baptize. It was a very rare profession. Do you get me? Oh yeah, now go and look for a baptizer now in Nigeria. The person, that's what the person does. The baptizer, he baptizes people. It's a very difficult thing to do. But Jesus Christ, he baptized Jesus Christ. If he wasn't disciplined discipline, if he did not stay on it, he wouldn't have had that opportunity. He would have not had that privilege to baptize the Messiah. Do you even have an idea of what that means, to baptize the Messiah? And so another thing is this. Let me shift it a bit from John the Baptist and go down to Jesus. You know, Jesus was having a board meeting with his disciples, and he was asking them, who do they say I am? You get? He was asking them, what are the people saying? So clarity, he needed to know. She was saying that about your purpose, you have to ask people, you have to ask your loved ones. It is necessary. He needed to know, so he was asking, who do they say I am? And this one say, they say you're the prophet, they say you're Elijah, you're this. What do you discover that those prophets, those people that we are mentioning, they are powerful prophets, and so they associated Jesus' works with that of powerful prophets. So they are saying Jesus as powerful, but was that who he is? No. He was more than a prophet. And so he kept on asking the question until someone caught the revelation, and he said he was a king. And so if you remember, when he was being crucified, his charge, he was not charged for being a prophet. He was charged for doing what? Being a king, for being a Messiah, for claiming to be a Messiah. But that is who he was, and that is who he is. Now, he needed his team to know that they can be kings in their fields, in their different endeavors. They can be known as a king, as a Messiah, as a people. Who is a Messiah? A Messiah is somebody that brings solution, solves a problem, saves a nation, saves a people. That is who a Messiah is, and you can come into it. It is not that difficult. But how can you do that? Staying disciplined in your niche, sharpening up your edges, projecting yourself. No matter how much you know, if you don't bring yourself out there, people will not see you, and so you don't know anything. So you need to do all of this, and then follow me. And then Jesus Christ now made them to understand that he is a king, and not just, he does not just operate in the prophetic dimension. Now this is the gist. The gist is that you can have the right messaging. Jesus had the right messaging, but you can be associated with the wrong company.
Yes, sir.
So your brand is the company that your name keeps. Your brand, what you do, is that company that your name keeps. And so in being disciplined, you want to hang around great company. You want to hang around people that are doing well in their own industry as well. I do meetings a lot of times, not because I don't have all the things to say in that meeting. I invite guests. It's so that I can be associated with these people.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand me? And so everybody don't have to do meetings. Everybody don't have to do conferences. In your business place, in your marketplace, who are you associated with? When they call these people, group of people, will your name enter? So these are things you want to be intentional about. We are talking about dominating a marketplace. It is just dominating the minds of people, and it is very, very easy to enter inside somebody's mind like this. If you live here, you will dream about me.
Yes, ma'am.
Why will you dream about me? Because of my delivery, because of the way I am talking to you so passionately. It is intentional. I want you to see in your dreams.
Me too.
So that you will ask my number. Guys, the anointing is flowing, but I'm trying to close my laptop so that we can leave here. I am going to wrap up with this. Get the right messaging, get the right company, and stay in the right position. What did I say?
get the right message, get the right company, and stay
in the right position. When you are positioned properly, every time you want to find out what position like how I take stand, what position am I standing with? How am I standing? You want to always find out, and that is why you cannot do without evaluation. At every now and then, you need to check and balance. You need to evaluate yourself. The problem is that we don't become successful as much as we want. We don't come into things that we should come into because we are too lazy to check ourselves. Checkmate yourself. Find out, am I doing it right? You can give yourself 2 weeks, 1 month. You want to go back again and check. I have this sticker note. I can write one thing 100 times. You understand that? If I bring out the sticker note now and I write this, after like 2-3 days, if I still feel bothered about it, if I still feel like I have not come into this thing and I'm supposed to, I will now rewrite it again. Because as I rewrite it, I am being intentional, I'm checkmating myself, I'm asking myself, oh yeah, so why have you not done this? And I want to make that call. It can be as simple as making that call, it can be simple as sending that text message, it can be as simple as making that post on social media, it can be as simple as just verbalizing it. And so we were doing the exercise, and I was verbalizing it. I was saying to myself, in the hall, she was there. I was saying to myself, I am seeing myself in the UN. I'm seeing myself do these events in different countries. Somebody was sitting down listening, and then after I was done, he said, next year we'll be in Ghana. The truth is, I was so stressed with this edition. I was telling Crystal, I don't know who sent me to go and do big events. Who sent me? I was just on my own. I said to do big things. You know that thing is in a big things and what they do now. Sorry. And he heard it because I said it. So it can be as little as just saying it. If you did not hear anything I have said today, I want you to know that to dominate the marketplace takes discipline. And discipline in what? In getting your message right. In what again? And getting the right company. And what? Position in the right direction. And that's my time. Thank you. Please keep clapping. Clap now. Clap, 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 clap. Oh, you have done your hands together. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Please, can we all say a big thank you?
Thank you, ma'am.
I don't hear you.
Thank you, ma'am.
People are not loud enough.
Thank you, ma'am.
Don't be ungrateful. Say thank you, Jare.
Thank you, ma'am.
Exactly. Thank you very much, ma'am. That was a very beautiful and amazing session. How many of you enjoyed the session? How many of you are becoming ideal women? You are sure you are becoming an ideal woman? Okay, so this is the Ideal Conference. Ideal Conference. No, that's not how we used to do it here. Miss Ife Sinachi has already told us about character, charisma, and confidence. Is that not what she told us? Oh, is that not what she talked about? When she was talking. Okay, so is this how confident women are going to be speaking? Ideal Conference. I'm going home. These people are not ready. Ideal Conference. Ideal Conference. As far as my voice is louder than yours, you're going to stay here. Ideal Conference. Okay, thank you very much for participating. Please put your hands together for yourself. Put your hands together for yourself. You are not be standing on stage with me. Clap for yourself, that is a problem. Please clap for yourself, abeg. No, now clap for yourself. You are becoming an ideal woman. You are now an ideal woman. Put some respect on your name and clap for yourself.
Not clap now.
I think you are not ready for us to continue this session, right? Okay, so clap for yourself because it looks like it's only this side that is participating. Keisha, please take notes. It's only this side we are sharing snacks to. Clap for yourself. People on this side, please, what's happening? You are not part of this event. Are you guys part of this event? See what I'm saying? So you see, it's not my fault. It's not my fault. Are you guys part of this event? Are you sure? Very sure? So please clap for yourself. Mama, you got it. You are not. You are not clapping for yourself. Please clap for yourself on this side of the board. Okay, thank you very much for participating. Okay, so right now we just want to do a little networking. Okay. So first of all, before we move on to networking, please, who has a question? If you don't have a question now, I'll have a problem with you. Who has a question? So if you don't have a question, ma, reggae rendezvous. Okay, so who has a question, please? Okay, so please, ma'am, please stand up. Who else has a question? You have a question? Okay, so please come up. Thank you. Are these the only people that have questions? Okay, so please come up. Thank you. Please clap for them now. Encourage them, encourage them, encourage them, encourage them. Encourage them now. You don't have questions, they have. Thank you very much, ma'am, for this section. Okay, I have a couple of questions, ma'am. Okay, it looks like we're going to sleep here, but okay. Okay, you talked about direction, and because I have a bit issue about that. Okay, because I'm done with school. I finished last year, and so I have this thing because I'm into industrial cleaning, and like because of it wasn't really supplying much for me, so I decided to add supplying of sound and variables. Meanwhile, by the side, I'm also a script writer and a writer. So it's kind of tiring when you have, because you have to do this, and then you also need daily income to come in. So the script writing is not yet giving me supplemental income, but this the cleaning too is a contrast, so it comes on to us. So I said as the sound. So how do I now, go on with this thing? So that's one of my problems. Is that all your question? That's your only question? Okay, it's summarized in that. Okay, thank you very much. So please, can you access your question? Please hurry up. Thank you. Please put your hands together for her now. Encourage her.
Thank you so much for the session. So my question is, it seems like life really went so well for you because you said something about you wrote some stuff down, what you want to achieve in the next 4 years, and then it's happening for you. So I feel for myself, I did something like that. I wanted to get to this point in 2 years time, in 2 years time. I feel like I'm in that position of, it's 3 years time, I haven't really seen what happened. Right. So and you said something about when you write something down, if it doesn't work out, you go back in and write it out. I'm in that position of, I've already seen the whole stuff working for me. So what's your advice, something like that?
Powerful, thank you. Powerful questions. Put your hands together. So this is it. I'll start from the last to the first. Last is, I wrote my goal of having international passport 4 years. Like every year I'm writing it. I just got it this year. That's one. So now, imagine that I did not have my international passport and then this thing now is coming up. I'll now start doing express, paying more. And so when I say I wrote stuff down 4 years ago and I'm coming into them now, it is intentional steps. Are you listening to me? It's intentional steps. I did not just fold my hands and wait for the things I want to happen. If you know, you know. Like, you have to be deliberate. You are the one I wrote it to. By God's grace, you are praying to God, trusting Him that this thing will happen. But you will walk it. You will walk the talk. You will walk it. Anyhow, as long as it does not defy your purpose, you put in work. So, for instance, talking about direction, I wanted to do key edge resource consult. I didn't want to work for anybody. That's the truth. I wanted to be my own CEO. But you know that, sure, you did do sound, you did do all the things, writing, script. I still have a 9-to-5 job. I have a 9-to-5 job. I manage a tech company. I do key edge, like full-time CEO of my company. I manage people and pay them. And I am still a public servant. Most recently, a public servant in the Ministry of Youth and Sports. And I'm still attaching myself to other people's vision. Remember I talked about company, helping, where I can come in, I come in. I'm still doing all those. And that is where capacity comes in. So you want to develop yourself to be able to departmentalize your head. So you departmentalize yourself. For me, once it is Thursday, my head shuts down. Anything that happens that has to do with my 9-to-5 job, my mind cannot be in it. From Thursday to Monday, it is key edge and other things I do. But from Monday to Thursday, like I'm dead in my 9-to-5 job. So the thing is that it will not be easy. I'm not telling you that it's going to be easy. It's not easy. We have some hitches. Because even as I'm here now, I was working before I came here on a Saturday. My supervisor called me. I was raking. But I've calculated, if I leave this job now, the one that paying me, will it be able to facilitate my lifestyle? I like fine things. Will I be with key edge with other things put together? Will it help me to get what I want? If the answer is no, what do? I invest more in what I love and what I want to do, so that I'm timing myself. So now I'm already timing myself on how I'm going to resign in the next 2 years from my 9-to-5 job. Now, by the time I resign, I'm coming into a full-blown office of key edge resource consult. I'm saying 2 years, it might be less than that. Why? Because I'm taking intentional steps. So it's not like I just come into it or it just happened like a mirage. No, you have to work for it. There are a lot of things that I'm coming into now that I wrote 4 years ago. I'm coming into now. But in the grand scheme of things, like how I planned it that in 2 years I will enter inside. But it's 4 years now that I'm coming into it. The most important thing was it there. Yes. Did it help me, give me direction? Yes. So that is what you want to be focused on. You don't want to be focused on has it happened. You want to be focused on the intentional steps that will make it to happen. Did I answer your questions? Thank you.